Hey there, YouTube friends. Maskedbandit here. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I always do appreciate it. And welcome back to Brazos Square, episode 6. Very, very cool. Excited to get to work today right away. This is really fun peek behind the screen. I obviously build everything first, and then I create different save files so I could show you the update. And just knowing what's going to be going in here today, it is incredible. I love starting off at the end of the previous episode knowing where we're going. You don't know where we're going, though. I do. So today we're going to start to clean up the area we started last time. It looks great from this angle and abysmal from this angle. We're going to try and attract some peeps in here into the theater using a trick we did in No Name Landia, and then we're going to add another big attraction today and kind of start to plot out this corner area. That is what's on the agenda, so I hope you're excited. I'm going to say it up front this time. If you are excited and you're happy for Brazos Square and Planet Coaster in general on the channel, you know what to do. Hit the like button, interact with the video, share it with your friends, tell somebody about it. Get them to watch it too. Anyway, enough of that. I hate doing that. It makes me feel all dirty. Let's move on. Let's take a look at what we're doing today in Brazos Valley. Square. Brazos Valley. Brazos Square. Good night. And we have a roof. Hooray. Actually, we have more than just a roof. You can see right in here, look. There's people. And there's a ride in there. I left the people in here just for a little bit, for the first couple parts, just to see how attractive this ride or the theater would be. How many people want to go watch Bro Coaster episode 42? What's actually going on in here is we have a kitty cat ride with a bunch of golden chests. The golden chests up the prestige. Guests love themselves some dark ride coasters, and so with enough golden chests you can get them to ride pretty much anything. This is what I used in No Name Landia for the glass blower shop to get people to actually go inside of it, and so that's what we have going on here. You will notice I don't give any flips about what the interior of this looks like. This is strictly to pull people into the theater. One of my things I had to make sure that the queue did not poke out into the theater, because that would be awkward. I didn't want that I wanted it to look like just a theater. I don't like how they're clipping through the walls there, but that is something I'm going to have to settle for. But anyway, you will see people come in and out of the theater, and that just adds a bit of life. I went ahead and made this as small as I could back here, started to clean all this up. I probably will do some basic work on the roofs to make it look a little bit more realistic. But we've got our go away green box back here. If you have a specific hex code that you like to use for go away green, if that's something you do, please do share it below. It's a closely guarded secret at Disney. They won't tell you. And an internet search, I did a brief one. I couldn't find one that I liked really good. I settled with this. But now this leads us to a very interesting conundrum. What's going to go on in the back here? Like, I anticipate the park continuing around this way. So we'll have to figure a way to cover all this up and maybe do some attractions back here. But at the same point, we don't want weird flat rides poking up over this lovely stretch of building here. So we're going to have to be very delicate. We are pushing that problem, though, into another episode. So just wanted to bring you in here. We're cleaning up. Yeah, that's all we're going to do with this area today. And next, we're going to add, a big addition. We're going to add another coaster, and I'll talk about it once you see it. And we have an STC. I guess. I don't know. I planned on having an SLC, a Vekoma suspended looping coaster, in all of its terrible glory. Did some research because I didn't really want the standard model that is everywhere, and I realized there's only like 3 instances of that standard model not existing. And I was like, oh, that's not what I want. I also got a couple off the workshop. One by Swiss. Oh my gosh, is it awesome? But it's actually it was a little too small for me, if you can believe that. And I just wasn't feeling it. And then there was one by Emax Magnus that was sent to Jonty for Pinewood Hills. That's super great, but too big for our park. So I had to find a Goldilocks option, and that's when I looked up, or that's when I found. I found that Head Over Heels. I don't even remember what it's called. I think it's in Tripsdrill in Germany. It's a new gen Vekoma inverted coaster. And I was really excited by the idea of it. And then I remembered that Dragonfly in Dollywood is a new gen family Vekoma. And so I decided to go that route. And I wasn't quite sure how to achieve it because the track shape is so different. A quick quick search on YouTube brought me to my buddy Nerd Chacho. If you're not familiar with Nerd Chacho, you need to be watching him. He has awesome Planet Coaster content, and man, does that guy work hard. He gets so much done in an episode. Currently, he's working on a park that's super great. Had its heyday in the 90s and early aughts. You should totally check that out. Check out Nerd Chacho. He had an awesome video in one of his projects from the past where he made an STC, and he showed off how to do it. So this is the in-game Aero suspended coaster with the what coaster car? The BOA coaster car. I think that's the SLC coaster train. And when you combine the two, you get the look of a more modern Vekoma inverted coaster, which is great. The issue is the supports are completely wrong. Just totally, completely wrong. So that's why my community tab had the question, do you hate custom supporting? Because I hate custom supporting. I absolutely loathe it. But there's nothing that can be done. We will have to custom support this. So this is where we're at currently with this. We're going to make some little bits of changes here and there. Actually, we're going to change a lot of it. I love the drop into the inline twist into this overbank turn. And then I don't like this. This is ugly. This inversion, whatever it's trying to be, isn't doing it. So we're going to make some changes. And then I kind of got stuck over here. I was like, I thought about doing a station fly over, but I wasn't sure if I had enough height and energy to get that going and then finish the layout. So we're going to make some changes to the layout. This part up to about this part, right up till this inversion, is set in stone. I love it. It's smooth. I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good for what it is. So the next step here is to reassess, redesign, and then complete the layout. So let's get the coaster cooking. And here it is, the pretty much completed layout. You can see, I think we stretched out the drop a little bit more, kept all of this, but then we just did a couple more overbank turny, swoopy doopy stuff into a dive loop, which I thought was pretty fun. It is incredibly close to the border, so we'll have to shift the whole coaster a little bit. Mineral on Bronation was like, I'm not sure about the inversion there by the lift hill, which, like, yeah, I think part of it's the supports are throwing it off. Once it's all dressed up, once it's gussied up, I think it fits in pretty well into another overbank, into a helix, into a corkscrew type element, into another overbank turn. It's small, it's compact, it's fairly short, it's kind of supposed to be. It's, it's Brazos Square. It's not a large park. I keep wanting to say Brazos Valley today, and I don't know why. But I love the colors. It's got the dragonfly colors, the bright green with the really dark blue supports. I'm a big fan of that. Hate these supports, though, because it's not an aero coaster. But you can also see I have sunk it quite a bit. I have brought it down. One of the things I noticed, and we won't be able to do it exactly with this, and not without some major tinkering that I really don't want to do, from the one in Dollywood, and I'm pretty sure the other one in Germany, the station is flat on the ground, and that was an interesting thing that I kind of wanted to get close. So the station is super low to the ground, and that brought the entire layout back down, which is, I think, super fun. I'm excited to wedge a path through here. That'll be neat. That's how we can access this land. We're gonna have a loop come around this way, and that's how we'll get some stuff back here, making up the most use of space. We're going to put some good stuff all around here. We're going to really try and cram in as much as we can. Kind of, as we did up there. Like the fact that we got 2 flats and a restaurant. Like, look at all this that's right there. That's kind of what we're doing with this project. There's a coaster, and we just cram as much stuff as we can. But I hope you're excited about the layout of the coaster. I am. I think it looks really nice. Obviously, I'm happy with it. That's why it's sticking around. Is it perfect? No. Is it profiled perfect and shaped perfect? No. Is it going to be? No. As always, I am of the mind that if it sells the idea in the park, then that's good enough for me, as long as it's relatively smooth. I think this is pretty clear. This is a new gen Vekoma invert, and so I think that's going to be good enough. So let's start dressing it up. We're going to start with custom supports. Here it is, the unnamed new generation Vekoma inverted coaster with custom supports. Look at that. Oh, it's so good. I really like it. You'll see I've gone ahead and removed all the terrain work. I wanted to just get the supporting. It was looking kind of funky, and I wasn't quite sure how I was going to handle it. So I figured it would make more sense to get the supporting in right away. You can see it is no joke of a coaster. It hauls as I wanted it to. I mean, these things, they look fun. I did reprofile the drop just a little bit, which made me have to tinker with the back end just a little bit. It's a little, I'm not as happy with it. It's the same general idea, just had to do it a little different. I still think it looks all right though. Yeah, we're going to be running 2 trains, as these coasters tend to do, or at least the one in Germany does. 2 trains, each holding 20 people, but that's gonna be excellent. Like, that's gonna be so good right there. That's gonna be a great view. Like, as you come, that's gonna be one of those. I'm thinking that's gonna be one of those signature views of the ride, of the park. And you can see basic support job done here. Looked at the photos of the other coasters, the other Vekomas, to get a general idea of the supports. It looked over supported to me. It looked like there were a lot of supports, so I tried to mimic that, especially in these overbanked areas. Like, I love how supports get all clustered together. It's a pretty nice look. It is worth it in this instance, because without the custom supports, there's no way that you would have gotten the correct coaster type. So it was a necessary evil, but over here, I'm fine. And I will, don't worry, be continuing my custom supporting of the wooden coaster at some other episode. But I think one episode of custom supporting a different coaster is good enough. So supports are in. Now it is time to get trenching. We are going to add some trenches so that you don't lose your bottom half. And so it looks, more created rather than natural terrain. Like, this doesn't make any sense. This is clearly not natural. It looks blobby. I don't want it to be blobby. So let's make it look like they had to carve out the terrain and, fill it with concrete. And that's where we're headed. Oh, I love that so much. Here's some trenching going on here. It's a little incomplete at the moment, as well as some of the footers. I'm having a really hard time talking today. Good Lord. But you will see. I think this makes it look a lot better. I really do love this, and I am trying my best to make sure that there is enough clearance with all of these. You will see. Whoosh. Oh. This one's a little intense here. It's a very deep trench. If it rained, you know what I might do? I've just thought about this. I didn't do it in the episode, but I might go ahead and throw some drains. Try and find some drains to put down there. Because if it rained, this would be where it would all collect, wouldn't it? It would all, yeah, we should put drains on the side. Ah, that'd be nice. I had ideas to go in and change the make a custom biome, kind of like we did in No Name Landia, and have some terrain painted as leaves that kind of have collected. But that would require there to be trees, which we need to put the trees in first to figure out where the clumps of leaves, although that's not true. Leaves would blow around and stuff. So anyway, I am loving it. I think it's really, really coming together. This trenching is really helping. And you'll also notice we have another flat ride. We have these lovely balloon flat ride. I love this ride. It's one of those calm flat rides. It's just it doesn't have a super huge footprint. It's nice. It's fun. I don't know. I like it a lot. I haven't used it in a while actually. So, but you can see we've got that flat ride. This is definitely sticking around. I'm not sure if it's going to stay right there. Might move it. A lot depends because this pad is pretty big. We'll see. But yeah, this is where we're headed. The trenching, I think, is adding a lot to make this feel an on-purpose, terrain hugging, knee chopping, foot chopper coaster, and I'm very pleased with it. And putting this flat ride in really established this corner here. I'm excited to detail this out in a future episode. So. Yeah, we do need a name for the coaster, so please give me your coaster name suggestions in the comments below. This area I'm thinking is going to be sort of a southwestern themed, think like San Antonio vibes. That's kind of what I'm going for. This is where we'll probably have, some of that southwestern style architecture. That's kind of the vibe. So a name like that, the name that would go in that style would be preferable, but doesn't have to. Whatever you think would be a good name, please put your suggestions down below, and maybe you'll find your name in the project. So one more, I believe, update to bring you in for, and then we're going to call it an episode. So let's take a look at the, not finished, but where we're stopping for today. Alright, so since nothing's actually completed, I'm going to forego the reshade here. We got lots of things started, but not lots finished. Hang with me here, because you may be like, what? I'm not sure this is going to stay there. I would love for this to stay there. Maybe I'll rearrange. I don't know if this ride in general, I was playing with some other ideas. Pad sizes, as usual, are an issue. We want to be able to snake a path around here. This is really tight. I'm not sure. And then we have this lovely thing. Look what I did, and I'm loving this. I think it was suggested early on about doing some like nesting type stuff. Check this out. What if there was some shops underneath this ride? I think that would be fun. No idea if it's viable or not realistically, but don't care. It's fun, so we're going to do it. And the issue is it going to stay here? Or is it going to go here? And let's just do a quick test before we head out of here. Let me just do this really fast. So if I move this here, right, that will have to go there-ish. Let's see. Probably there is about as good as there. That doesn't leave a lot of room. So that's very interesting. So it would also be taller. I don't know. That might be kind of hard to do. So it might stay there. I don't know. But what I do know is that I love this. I love this. Need a name for this ride too. Again, same southwestern theme. I think it's more New Mexico. I think there's is there a big hot air balloon festival in New Mexico? Or am I just making that? I might be making that up. I don't know. But we do have all of our trench work in now, and even some small, subtle landscaping. I think this looks great. This view excites me. With the queue right there, I think it's really good. Look at this. Whoa, as it rolls through there with a little bit of trees there. That's so nice. Into the final inversion. Yeah, I really like this. I think it's very, very good. And over here, we're going to dial this area up here. Oops, some terrain is poking through. Going to have to fix that. But this area right here, just, oh, come on. Here, it's going to come. Let's watch it go. Let's watch it go because it's so nice. Here it comes. Whee! That's beautiful. I'm very happy with it. I don't know if we're going to put a path this way. We might. I don't know yet. We'll see. But yeah, this corner is going to be very nice. I hope you can see the direction we're going. I know it's not as complete as the end of other episodes, but I hope you can see the vision and you are excited about it like I am. It's this area right here that's throwing me for a loop. But don't worry, because this area threw me for a loop too, and I'm pretty happy with how that ended up. So in the next episode, that's what we're going to do. We're going to give this coaster a name and a theme and deck it out, and we're going to figure out what's going on over here, and we're going to dial up all this area, and we'll get this corner much closer to completion. That's what's on the docket for the future. If you are excited for such things, you know what to do. Hit the like button, comment, subscribe, all that razzmatazz. With all that being said, I guess I'm going to leave it here for today. So have yourself a great day, great night, great whatever, and I will see all of you, hopefully, for the next episode of Brazos Square Amusement Park. Take care, everyone, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.